Hey Aquarius, how are you doing? Let's find out. We've got the supermoon coming up, and the last reading I did for you, the cards looked exactly like Narnia and Middle Earth, and so it didn't get any views, but it's dead on accurate. You are meant to be in fantasy land somewhere psychedelic, somewhere interdimensional, doing funky shit. That's what you're meant to be doing. And so whether or not you saw the reading, you're probably doing it. And so let's see where you're at with the supermoon coming through. What kind of funky stuff is there? I did an intuitive split for these decks, so we'll see if the world card actually comes into play when we get into the reading, as well as there's a gentleman here with an ace of cups and a 28, which is a 10. So another completion, another cycle, so another beginning. So let's see how that plays in. But anyway, I've brought in the Lenormand for the first time in any of my readings. I've had it for a year, and I've been hesitant about it, just sort of absorbing the energies and the methods of it, because it's different enough, and sort of soaking it up, sinking into it. So we'll start with that, and then we'll get the Morgan Greers going and see where you are at. Let's get a little bit predictive here. What's going to come through? By the time this gets up, I'm going to need a day to edit and get it loaded, uploaded. The supermoon's on the 24th, so be right on the cusp of it. So let's say following the supermoon, the effects of the supermoon in Sagittarius. Well, it's kind of a split Sagittarius Capricorn moon. So there will be elements of, oh sure, let's just get how many. Well, very interesting. The lady came out. Is this you? Who is this? There are only 3 people. There are 4 people in this deck. There's a little child, a little girl. There's the gentleman, there's the lady, and then there's the rider. The guy on the horse coming rushing through the reading with a fleeting opportunity. And maybe, naughty intentions. But anyway, these storks. We're going to analyze these cards for a couple minutes because there's multiple meanings on them. The storks are about moving. Location, home, moving, physically moving, but they are in reverse, so we might be staying put. There might be a delay to a move, because otherwise why have it here? There's a house card that says stability, right? And so there's like an inclination towards moving, or there was an idea of moving. I'm saying the same thing. What am I trying to say? But who's on this card is the Queen of Cups in reverse, possibly. I mean, obviously she's, actually a mirror image, so she might not be reversed at all. We'll find out. But we have a 17, which is an 8, so the strength card. But a Queen of Cups. A Queen of Cups. Now, she either is aware of what's going on, or she's not aware of what's going on. She's speaking or she's not speaking. And here we have her. Could be male or female. Yes, the divine feminine, shall we say. And we have a 29, so that gives us an 11, which gives us a 2. And we have the Ace of Swords, the truth. And this is actually, according to the cards of life, this is the Ace of Spades, is the most spiritual card in the deck, which would fit with the Queen of Cups. All right, so some sort of spiritual something for Aquarius. Okay, fascinating. Anything else, or we're switching over to Morgan's? Did you know that there's a very expensive book that you can buy that was written by Morgan, Sim Morgan, on the was probably an insider since he designed a tarot deck, but I wrote a book on how to undo Nazi mind control techniques. And it's going to cost at least $200 to get a copy of that book, if not more. If there's even one I can still get. Now this is popping out. I'm not going to keep it. We have the Abundance card with the King of Pentacles and a transformation, but it didn't fly. So let's just say, I should say though, because we've got the King of Pentacles there, and I would put that as Capricorn, at least 10th house energy, yes? And there's every possibility, Aquarius, that you have a Capricorn sun. If you're working with tropical settings in your chart, you need to get your sidereal placements. And then you need to separate your sun sign from your birthday. Like, not, well, you're not your birthday, but your birth identity. You can keep your aqua and turn it into an aura. But the sun, because if you get Sky Safari or Stellarium for your phone, or you go to Stellarium on your desktop, you can see that the sun is actually behind, and the sun's actually in Gemini right now, not even though we're in Cancer season, because the precession of the equinoxes is a real thing, unless of course the astronomy apps are lying to us. But it's usually the sidereal astrologers that get killed, not the tropical astrologers. So, and there is a huge war. There's been a huge war there for how long? And sidereal astrology is not the same as the sidereal zodiac. The sidereal zodiac is the same zodiac as the tropical, just shifted in degrees. But either of those zodiacs can only be so accurate because they're all dividing things equally into 30 degrees, right? And that's not true. Taurus is a much larger constellation than Aries, right? So the sun was in Taurus for ages. And then it's got to climb all the way through Gemini, unlike some others. So, you very possibly have that King of Pentacles sun, which means your triggers and instincts would be Capricorn. Okay. Oh, that's nice. You have a loyal friend. Beautiful. Somebody is showing you loyalty right now. Or you are showing somebody loyalty. And we have the 10 of Cups with an 18, so a 9. Proving yourself to everyone and completion. So this could be a soul contract. Very definitely a soul contract. Very definitely. 12th house of soul contracts and free will. Now, I kind of feel like I want to put these in a row. I'm not sure. But that's kind of what I feel. And we had the World card and the Gentleman. Okay. So far, that's panning out. Because we have this lady with a fresh start. And this lady possibly has a lovely dog. Can't go wrong with a good dog. I have cats. You can go wrong with cats. You know, you can go wrong with dogs too. What does any of this have to do with anything? That's the question. What are we looking for during this supermoon? What does Aquarius need to be paying attention to? Okay, now that we have just oriented these cards and ourselves. Yes. Don't be reading from my subconscious, please. Okay. The Knight of Wands who bets on himself is not sure about betting on himself. We have acorns growing on this wand. That something is growing. Something is in the works. We have a Lizard of Revelation on him. But yeah, this guy always bets. She always bets. They bet on themselves. Leo energy. Why is he stuck? Why is he stuck? Something to do with that. And is this knight this lady? Why am I feeling so punky? I don't know why. I was just crying for Libra, so why am I feeling punky now? Ooh, maybe to do with this guy. Okay, so more Capricorn energy, but let's just say there's a funky devil in this deck. Again, and then in the Tattoo Tarot, the devil card is my Kali card, because the devil's modeled after Kali in that. So very different from any other devil, because she's like one of my gods. So at least one of my guides. I'm not exactly sure who God, and I'm not in a hurry to. I know that I'm in the process of figuring out God. I'm on the path. We're on the path. We can't know necessarily everything. The 15, the 6. But going back to the 14, the 5. The necessary change. Now, has there been interference? That's over. Aquarius. Well, everybody's getting very complex readings, so why not you too? Well, okay, so if we have it, I'm not going to keep it, I'm going to put it back in. But if the 10 of Pentacles is accurate in reverse, what happened at home? What happened at home? Okay. Whoa. Well, she's carrying a sword. That's a sword. And that be you. Yeah. If Jesus was upset about kids getting hurt, she actually takes that to a whole other visceral level. So this queen came out this way. And then we have what I call a Libra card. Now others would say it's your card, but I put, again, I've changed all the air and earth situations because you're 11th house, so you should be mastermind thinking, because 11th house requires mastermind thinking. This is a gift of safe passage, obviously, especially in thinking. But let's say, because we have the storks here, safe passage to somewhere. Somebody possibly wanted to go this way and you want to go that way. Not going in the same direction. Now a knight is not equal to a queen. Especially the knight that bets on himself. Ooh. She's sticking it right in his neck. He's not looking at her. Ooh. You're not looking at that Six of Swords going anywhere. He's going this way. Now I could put him over here. Let's just play devil's advocate and put him over here. This is also you. So are you the queen or are you the king? Now at the beginning of the read I had the gentleman on the table. So let's say very interesting. I really don't know. Tell me. Tell me who's who. What am I doing with this? Is there a third party situation here? What is this situation? And what does it have to do with you supposing to be in, you know, Fantasyland? Soul contracts, forced change of perspective with Neptune. We've got Neptune here. 12th house, Ace of Wands, which follows the 12th house. So we could say that we are the turning of the wheel from the 12th to the first house. Ace of Wands is down. Now, we could have somebody who is having some problems. Yeah. Of a certain variety. I don't know. Just, yeah, I'm not into it. Possibly. There's that Four of Stability. And see, when the Hangman changes his perspective and becomes very much a magician, and, you know, then all of a sudden this wand is upright. Who's carrying the wand? Well, this knight is carrying the wand. Okay, I wonder if I'm just gonna see. This has been par for the course for every reading where it's taken me quite a while to figure out what the hell is actually going on, even if it seems obvious at first. Everybody's going through a lot of thinking, and it's all that Gemini solar eclipse. And well, I say that, but then the intuition of the subliminal subconscious of the SuperMoon absolutely is going to be digging stuff up. Yes. Neptune. If there's a soul contract. Again, if we look, my first impression of that was the 12th house leading to the first house. And so a cycle being done. And the cycle being done. And we had the World card, didn't we? And so we could have a soul contract that's up. Sure. Okay, we've got cross energy. Okay, another ace. Wait a minute, he's back. Oh, what did I say? There were only 4 people in this deck. Now, we don't have the child here, the blessing. But the gentleman's back that we started with. Thank you for that. And he is, yeah, he's okay. And we have our, okay, and we have a rider. We have this opportunity. This person, this rider is very much like this knight. which is interesting because the Knight's actually in the same position as this gentleman. So is it the same? But this guy comes and he's, like I said, he's going to flash right through, and it's not necessarily, you know, like you don't necessarily want, you're not going to get permanence with this guy. Now it could represent an opportunity. But we have the Nine of Cups there. Be careful what you wish for. Got Neptune and Capricorn on the table. So let's say triggers. I would say the Sun card is instincts and triggers, but let's just say triggers. Because that would get you off your horse. Okay. Because we're, you know. Now, the Ace of Cups, and again, a 28. 28 and 29. Now, the 28 is going to give you a 10, and that's going to give you a 1. So he's deciding whether or not to be alone. And if that 10 of Pentacles in reverse was correct, then the home is breaking up, possibly. And what about this loyal friend? So there's a question of loyalty. Now there's loyalty on the table. Can we solve this before I run out of battery? Jeez. Well, there we have Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, co-ruler with Neptune of the 12th house. And what did I say about the wheel? 12th leading to first house. So the soul contract. Now, the turn of the wheel. It's in the upright. So we're saying there's been crap going on. See, well, okay, and see we have her upright and then we have her sideways. We have him upright, then sideways. Although we have the heart there and the swords here. But it's the only other gentleman that we got. So, you know, the back and forth, 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 back and forth. Between the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Do we fight it out? 7 of Swords. And is it a change, or do we transform? And then each, you know, takes what they can and goes. We're going to have to give it another try. That's... What else is that wheel telling us to do? Jupiter of... We're bringing in the Sagittarius faith, the long journey, the healing. Sagittarius is all about healing. So Jupiter, expansion, growth, empathy. For me to put empathy with and energy with Jupiter. Especially when you partner it with Neptune in the 12th house. So this contract. Now there was interference, and you were being triggered. But it's over. Now, how did that get to be over? How did that get to be over? Conflicting beliefs. Leo energy. Strength. We have that 8 repeated of strength. But, conflicting beliefs. The necessary change. The fires that you want to start. And they're all wearing wristbands because they belong to different, you know, they have different loyalties, right? So the loyalty. Different loyalties. But we have a loyalty here. And we have 10 of Cups here. We have Neptune twice. Pisces. Heavy Pisces. Heavy Pisces. Okay. That's it. That's it. What was I saying about, is she upright or is she in reverse? And she's just mirroring, so it could be either way. And that turn of the wheel, it's all depending on that turn of the wheel. And it's an 8. It's a strength card. Oh, we got aces, we got everything. Everything is just saying. Now what do you do about it though? Who makes the first move? Who makes the first move? That's what we want to know. Is it that rider? No, because he's in... Okay, well, it's not the Emperor. Mars, loyalties. Loves and loyalties. God. Literally. It's like the masculine attribute, the aspect of God. But Mars, first house. First house down. This is not helpful. Divine timing. Divine timing. Divine timing. Right. Because somebody's got to go through a change of perspective. So you need time yet. But it's there. I guess the point being, not going to interfere. I'm going to have to figure this out. No. Let's give it time. Let's get that